what's up? Oh, man. Yes, you need an update. People's freaking out on Ron Tyler's channel. How come? Why are they freaking out? Because of earthquakes? The stuff on the West Coast? I'm assuming. Thanks, Sally. Appreciate that. Hey, Steve. Missy, what's up? Man, I appreciate you so much, Missy. You're awesome. You're here every time. That's so great. Really is. Really appreciate that. Yeah, what's up, Steve? Tab, what's up? You know what, Tab? You've been here forever. So, there you go. If you don't want that, I'll take it back away. All good. Oh, he's talking about a CME. Lady Blue, you get one too. I don't know why I haven't had you as a moderator yet. That's crazy. There you go. But anyway, guys. Thanks, Missy. Appreciate it. Wish I could make you all mods. I really do, guys. Hey, Axel, what's up? Really love the acoustic. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys like that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I just wanted to give a little shout out to the guys that had donated to my PayPal there. Anybody that does that in the future, if you guys just put a little note in there and put your YouTube name in there, I can give you a better shout out. I like to do that because, you know, I know what it's like. I really do. And you know, when we do something good, we should be able to say, hey, this guy or girl's helping out, you know. It's a positive thing. What's up, DW? Man, we can go right straight into a rap song with that. Aunt Judy style. Ain't that right? Because we're naughty by nature, not because we hate you. Ain't that what's going on? Hey, Lady Blue, you're welcome. Hey, you deserve it. You've been here for a long time, too. You know? Like I said, guys, I really wish I could give everybody one, you know? Yeah. But also, guys, for the mods that are here, I'm working on getting a Discord set up. That way we can have a place to, you know, kind of go together and talk about things that happen or just whatever, just so we have a better line of communication there. I like your guys' input. I like everybody's input, but my mods would, you know, obviously, when we have a lot of people in here, it's easier to, you know, kind of break it down into sections. So, and you guys are looking at the chat a lot longer than I am, so you're actually getting a better feel for what's going on in there and what people want to see and all that kind of stuff, or if there's issues. But yeah. Hey, Knowledge, what's up? Hummingbird, Brody, Catherine, Steve Brady. All right, guys. So I guess what we're going to do here, we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. I did that little short one earlier. I may start doing that a little bit more so people kind of got an idea of what I'm going to be doing later on in the evening. I just want people to understand that that's kind of my goal. I want people to... And something else I'm going to change, and I didn't know I was even doing this, but I'm going to start, if I got something in my thumbnail or if I got it on my, in my title, I'm going to try to show that to you guys fairly quickly. In a lot of my videos in the past, I went back and rewatched them, and I was like, man, I'm waiting till like half of the video to even talk about what's in my stinking thumbnail. That's frustrating. I wish I'd have known I was doing that because I would have stopped it. I hate going to other people's channel and they do that, I didn't realize I was doing that. So that's going to stop, like right now. So, I'll give you a quick glance and then we'll go through what we go through and then we'll talk about it more in depth. But, everybody's all anticipating, wanting to see what I got to talk about, that kind of thing. And I noticed I was waiting too long. So, but anyway, I am going to go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to go ahead and put the chat away. I'll check back in on you guys here in just a minute. So, we'll get a little Schumann update here. And, guys, there's really not much going on here. Okay? You can see now for a couple days, a couple little increases here and there. A little spike there, but nothing, too crazy. And again, when we do see the big spikes, we'll definitely talk about it more in depth. Okay? Space Weather Prediction Center. Okay, X-ray flux has actually declined some, and I look for that to raise back up and I'll show you why here in just a few minutes. The geomagnetic activity, we're not on the basement floor anymore, but we're still low. It ain't going to take much to really get us back into a cosmic ray risk. Okay? So when that stuff is really, really low, we have to watch out for cosmic rays, which is essentially is radiation. Okay? So when we don't have the geomagnetic activity, it doesn't block or absorb it as much. And that's why it's an issue. Now, we also don't want, like this CME that I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so what we'll do here is I'll show you what we got. We got a couple of them. Let me pause it right there. That's the beginning of it. Okay, notice the timestamp. It happened early on today. East Coast time, that would be about 4 a.m. is when that happened. And probably why you haven't seen a whole lot of people talk about it is because they waited for a while to dump this data in, at least on this site. The other sites were updating just fine, so it wasn't like they were trying to, like manipulate it or anything like that. But first thing I want to say is this is going off the back. And let me explain to you how I know that. First off, this is the occulter, okay? This is attached to the camera. Alright? The white circle here is actually the surface of the sun. This is more so the corona. It needs to block out the majority of the main bright light so we can even see what's going on out there without the camera being flooded, right? Without being overexposed. So when we see CMEs like this, at best, if we're only going to look at one satellite, this satellite we're looking at is on SOHO. It's a satellite, it's an observatory in space, about 1 million miles closer to the sun than what we are. But it's basically in line as we are. It's our view, but 1 million miles closer. It orbits with us, okay, around the sun in geosynchronistic orbit. All right? No, I don't think that. No, SOHO's not in geosynchronistic orbit. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That's the other one. That's we'll talk about that later. SOHO actually stays out here. Okay, it doesn't actually go around the Earth or rotate with the Earth. It is always looking at the sun, right? So if we're looking at this and we see we see this happening, we don't know if it's coming right at us or if it's going the complete opposite direction. So what I'll do is I'll play this and we'll go ahead and watch it here a second. Now see how it blows out. And that's what we call a halo. And for obvious reasons. What's it look like? I'll pause it right there. It looks like a halo out around the occulter. Now this halo was almost a full halo. It kind of is. Alright, even down here you're seeing a little bit of it. But they probably would call this more like a 3/4 halo. Because it does kind of stop down here a little bit, but if we let this play, it still peaks around the edge of the occulter. So I'll start that, and I'll slow it down a little bit. That way you guys get a better look. And there's the second one. Now, the second one was a little bit more compact, but that one did come our direction. Well, I don't want to say it's coming at Earth. It's coming on this side of the sun. It's not going off the backside. But do you see how intense that one was? Going off the back? Now, I have to stress here, guys, that we dodged the bullet there. I just have to say it. That was a significant, very significant CME. If that thing was over here when it decided it wanted to erupt, and it came at us, I mean, I couldn't put us in coming in any lower than a G3 magnetic storm. That would be really, really, that would be a good shot at us. And with our magnetic field, running 20 to 25% weaker than what it is, it doesn't take as much to affect us. So, that's why this is important. And the second one, just like I've been talking about for over a year now, I started making observations of this, that we would get a CME like this one that's going off the backside. And shortly thereafter, we would have a smaller one or one about the same size go the complete opposite direction on the other side of the sun. And that's exactly what you're seeing right here. That's why we got the second one. So there's got to be something there that's causing that. It doesn't happen every time, but I'm telling you guys, it's like 75 to 80% of the time, at least according to my observation. Obviously, I didn't go back like hundreds of years or 15 or 20 years or nothing. It's just since I've been watching these for the past couple years. And I got about, it's right around about a 75% percentage there that we get that second one. So that's important to me because when we get the ones off the backside, I know to look for one coming off the front, which could be coming at us. And that's kind of why I even think that that's even important at all. But even this one, guys, that's compact. But if it was a hit Earth right on the chin, that would be fairly significant too. It wasn't like large in size like this big halo was, but it definitely looks like it could be very, pretty intense. So that's what I'm saying on that. Now, how do I know that one's going off the backside and not coming at us? Let me show you. We'll back that up. Yeah, they still ain't got none here. See, it makes me sick. See, we need to be able to see stereo A. I don't know why Seeds is doing this. We can still go see stereo A, though. Right over here. Let me take this back here. And this is what I mean. Just because we don't, let me show you this too here real quick so I can make my point here. Just because you don't see it here doesn't mean that it's missing data. I used to think the same thing. All it means is that this particular agency and this particular site does not have that data. Something's going on with their end of it, okay, the majority of the time. Now, there are those few times where it actually is the satellite. Because everybody and their mother can get all this data and put it into whatever model they want to. And that's what we're seeing here. This is one, one section. Who's got this one? Which one is this? This is Seeds, Solar Eruptive Event Detection System. I'm not sure exactly who runs this, but I'd have to look at it. Let's see here, spaceweather.gmu.edu. I'm not sure exactly who actually runs this one, but with that being said, we can go over to ISWA, which is different, and we can still see stereo A. Okay, there's stereo A. All right, so let me put that in the movie tool there. We'll go ahead and back this up a little bit, and we'll take a look at it. And, what we're going to see, remember, the ones I just showed you over here on Seeds, this one, this is our view, okay? Right here, or right here, whichever one you want to look at. Over here, back here on stereo A, the Earth is over here, about right here. The satellite's here. So when we take this and we bring it down to where we had that CME, see how intense that was? I mean, it really blows off there pretty good, guys. That was intense. That was fast. And, it looks like quite a bit of plasma left the sun right there. That's very significant. Okay, because you see it blow here, and then the energy's still going all the way here. So if you can picture this, the Earth is here. And if the Coulter's right in front of the Earth from our view over here, where are we at here? There you go. Then it makes sense now that that's why that looks like could be coming at us, but it's actually going off the back. Okay? That's why. It's about the perspective. So, with that being said, we don't have any more data on this one to see what that second CME did. Okay? Because, like I said, the Earth's here, satellite's here. And over here on Seeds, the second one looks like it's going off to the left, right? But it could actually be going this way. It could be going that way. We don't know. This is two-dimensional model. We can't tell depth. Right? Because this occulter's on the camera. So, if you just want to look at it in plain view like that, that would look like the CME's like right there on this camera. And it's not. So we have to understand that perspective difference. Alright? So there's your CMEs, and I think that, you know, let me go ahead and start this again. We'll watch it again here real quick. So there's the big one off the back, and then there's the second one. That's the one that could affect us, okay? Now, we're going to have to keep an eye on this stuff, okay? Remember, that one there probably came from that sunspot that was already Earth-facing once. Remember, it rotated off over here, and I was showing it to you guys? So, that's actually what's happening. That's a planet. I don't know what... I don't know. I don't think that's... It could be Mercury or Venus, I think. I can't remember which one that is. I could go look. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. But that is a planet. Is everybody following me there, guys? Hey, Christine, Mighty Mark, what's up, guys? Steve Brady, True Blue. Ren the Heavens or something. Sorry if I messed up your name there. Cool. Cool. Hey, what's up, Brady? Hey, J-Man. Hey, thanks for the dono, brother. Your name will be on that list at the front there. I'm going to put that on there later on. My wife let me know a little while ago. Mighty Mark, what's up? Carolyn. Justin, what is happening? Hilly, what's up? Jared. So yeah, guys, so there's the CMEs. And let me say this one more time, guys. I apologize for not showing you guys the stuff that's in my thumbnail sooner in my videos. I did not realize I was actually doing that. I hate it when I go to somebody else's channel and that happens. So I'm not going to do that to you guys. I didn't realize that's actually what was going on. And it didn't happen every time, but it was happening enough that it bothered me. So I'm going to make a point to talk about what's in my thumbnail at least a little bit at the beginning. So that's really that's really what should be done on everybody's channel, just to be honest. You know, some people do that on purpose to try to get people to stick around. For me, if that's happening, a lot of times I'll click off. I don't care what the thumbnail says and how interested I am. Or I'll fast forward, one or the other. Okay, so we were back here looking at this, okay, and I showed you the CMEs. Now, with that second one possibly coming at us here, you know, here in the next 3 days, we might see something from it. I'll know more tomorrow after we get some more data in, okay? But this coronal hole here, we're probably connecting to that thing right now. So again, with that thing blowing off and a coronal hole right here, that energy will probably be reaching us right about the same time. Okay, so if that happens, yeah, that'll definitely be a bigger hit. We'll have what they call an interplanetary shockwave is what they call that. It's when slower winds out front and the faster solar wind behind it catches up, and the electromagnetic field from the particles interact with each other, and they kind of push away, and they cause little shockwaves. Okay, that's what happens. That's it in a nutshell, anyway. Now, this is where that second one came from. Okay, that is an official sunspot now, too, by the way. It wasn't earlier today. Now, I don't usually show you guys LASCO C2, C3 here, okay? C3 is the exact same thing as C2. It's on the same satellite and everything. It's just it's backed up. Okay, it's a wider view. So you can see it. You'll see the CME here in a minute. There's the second one right there. It's kind of hard to see. I get it. The first one looks like it might have already... Yeah, the CME had already happened by the time this one started, so. But yeah, I don't usually show you guys that one anyway. Here's that sunspot. That is an official sunspot now. We'll go more into that here in a minute. Okay, ACE data. Obviously, guys, you can look at this thing just like I can, and you can tell that it's variable. Very, very variable conditions right now. Things are jumping up and down. Going fast, slow, and that's what I would anticipate when we're having solar issues, right? Solar wind from coronal holes or whatever's causing it. this is definitely something we need to pay attention to, okay? But what I want to say is that notice the range over here again. We're at 280 to 380. First off, that's only 100 units, kilometers per second, okay? That's not a very big range. Usually this has got a range of 2 to 250 at least. Now, with the bottom one being 290 and up here to 380, 280 and 380, you know, even at this, the solar wind speed itself is moving slow. Okay, that's right in the middle. That's completely normal wind speed. The density is jumping around too. But we are getting hits. The temperature is actually higher than what it typically is. Now the BZ went into the negative for a while back here. Okay? Then it kind of went back to normal. And what this is, guys, it's the angle of this of the way the particles come in. So when it's in the negative, it's more conducive for us to grab a hold of that and bring it into our system. You know, the solar wind or whatever's coming. Now, if it's in the positive, it's actually doing the opposite. It's kind of angling it away, so it kind of helps deflect some of it. Really short explanation. It does deserve a lot more, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I've done it before. I can't do it every video. I wish I could. Phi angle. It did a little flip here. Okay, that's polarity flip here on the phi angle. Then it stabled out. Whenever this does that, we do see hits on our magnetosphere. Okay. Now I said earlier here on this one, if you remember, anybody that watched my earlier video, if you remember this little hump here, where was it at? It was back here. So this density that was supposed to be hitting us like tomorrow, I even said it because that's what this thing showed. Because right now we are right about there in time. We're on the downswing of the density increase. Earlier, the hump was over here. There was actually two of them. But what we do got to look at here is the wind speed's going to be on a steady uptick. It's even got it reading 700 right here. So they're looking for some pretty high wind speeds. All right, but now, you know, the density's down. So I don't know what happened there. It was off. It wasn't correct on what it was showing us here. But because this is historic, this has already happened. So again, this is another reason why I don't trust this thing out very far at all. But I do respect that tool because it does do updates when it gets new data. And I like that about it. Because, you know, what good is it if it can't update itself or get updates? You know, it wouldn't be doing any of us any good. Sit there and look at the wrong stuff. Okay, so here's the aurora, and this is what I would expect as we're getting, you know, solar weather. It's not really stretching down too far, but this is a pretty good swath of aurora. Electron flux, obviously we got our electrons moving around pretty good. That graph there typically looks more like this magnometer, and there's really nothing going on there either. I'm not going to show you the absorption prediction chart because nothing's happening there. That shows pretty much X-rays when it hits us and where it's hitting us at. Okay, so I'm going to put this away again, guys. Here's the wind speed. This is the other one. The other magnetopause model. Look. Sun's off to the left. So you can see how we're getting, you know, some energy and stuff our way. Little waves of it, which is normal. It's what we would expect to see during little events like this. I think what we're getting right now, guys, is probably from coronal hole. I'm pretty sure it is. Notice that this thing is kind of filled back in, and, you know, it's more looking a little bit more normal than what it has been. Because we were looking at kind of like that bird signature, where we were having this crazy anomaly down here. And it made it look like there was a bird on its side. But not much is going on with this. Now, here's the pressure. Everything's acting pretty normal, like we would expect when we're getting, you know, space weather. I'm not seeing a whole lot of, you know, crazy stuff. Now, I will say that this is a pretty good tilt. Okay? See how the most of the pressure's up here? Typically, that pressure would be back here and it'd kind of stop. It'd probably go from here to here. But for whatever reason, it's got us pulled down like that. It's magnetics. It's not the actual, the crust of the Earth or anything. All right, the Australian model. This is the simple one. This is the one I like the best. Okay, look at our density right here. It's hanging right at 10 for like multiple hours. Watch it jump around there a little bit. Okay, and it starts dropping a little bit, just like I showed you guys on the models over there. And you see the wind speed really doesn't get much over 300. But you see what the BZ did right here? It's in negative. So that means it's easier for that stuff to get in. The angle's right. So let me show you this. The CME on this one. Okay, you're going to see the second one, what we're going to look at here. It's going to be right over here. I showed it earlier. No, maybe we can't see it right now. It might be too far back. I bet it is. But I showed it in my previous video. If you guys go back and watch that, you'll be able to see it. But check this out. I was looking at this earlier, and this was really strange. It's like this plasma just like appeared out of nowhere. Watch right over here. Watch this. Ain't that crazy? I think what's happening is, because you see a little jumping around there too, there is a magnetic connection line there, like part of a, maybe just a little spilled line that's kind of jumped out of place there a little bit. And you can see how it kind of stretches out, which is what it would do. I don't think it just magically appeared. I think that's actually what it is. You're just starting to see the plasma there collect or whatever. You can kind of even see it going back this way if you look real hard. You can see that. I see it pretty easy, but I look at these things all the time, guys. That's the only reason why. Looking at these things sometimes you can go cross-eyed real easy. I've learned to do certain techniques and stuff too. Like backing off, slowing things down. We'll be able to see the CME here. Watch. There. See that? It just kind of blew. We'll watch it again. It's right in here. Okay? We'll watch it one more time. I'll tell you when it happens. There. Okay? And again, guys, this is an official sunspot now. You can see how it's got all kinds of activity around it. I think this one could give us some issues as it comes, become Earth facing. I really do. I've been kind of watching things, and I think this was an older sunspot, or at least an active region that actually survived all the way around. Okay, it's already orbited the sun one time, and it made it back around. As you can see here, guys, this is just a 211 angstrom. Looks like we might have some coronal holes might be trying to open up. That's why you see a lot of darker colors here. But that's not all the angstrom, so it doesn't necessarily mean there's a coronal hole where this is, or down here. It's just the 211 angstrom can't see it right now. And if you want to really understand what I'm saying there, see how it's closed up here? This is the same time frame. The 131 here is seeing stuff, so it's not like an open hole. There's a hole. Okay. So again, guys, you see that little flashing going on there? All this stuff, guys, the sun's just getting active. That is a coronal hole there. It's the same one I just showed you over there. Okay, now I'll show you guys this one. This is the other magnetopause model, okay? Sun's over here to the right. Okay, you're going to see a lot of energy, guys. See our bow shock, how it's bouncing around like that? And see how we push, now it's inside the satellite line? You know, we're just going to have to watch it. It looks like Earth's doing a fine job deflecting it off, though. See how, look at this. See how we got this, the pressure, the ring of pressure right there where our satellites are? You know, with that launch yesterday, well, where they docked to the ISS, that, yeah, they don't like that stuff, guys. When they're out there, you know, when they close their eyes and they try to sleep, they can actually see cosmic rays flashing in their eyes. They can see it, that's what they see sometimes when they're getting hit with cosmic rays. So even when they close their eyes, they're seeing like sparkles. Kind of crazy. Not every time, not all the time, but sometimes. Okay, so this one here, well, I'll show you guys this one real quick. Now listen, this is like you know, it does look a little bit nuts, and yes, this is some activity. This is yeah. I'm gonna stop it there, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take it back here a little bit and show you guys some things I was seeing here. Okay, you know, we see stuff like this, okay? But this is strange when we start seeing them coil up like this. Okay, and then you get your closed field lines doing all that kind of crazy stuff. The red lines there. Yeah, neutrinos, Steve Brady, that's what those are the ones that actually will pass through the planet. The muons is what we got to worry about. The muons is what's really dangerous for us. The neutrinos is it's going okay, Jason. The neutrinos is actually kind of, they try to get a good number of how heavy the cosmic rays are, because they can measure the neutrinos. That's what they like to look at for there, to kind of get a good number. Now you see what's happening here. We'll back it up here. Now watch the pole lines. These things should just come out and stretch back a little bit. And then they're like coiling up here and then going this way. I mean, back it up some more here. Okay, you see how it's coiling up right there? Now look at that. Back it up here. And it comes from there. And then look what it's doing. It's almost like it's, I don't know, it's like it's fighting something. You know, we're talking about magnetics here. That's what you're looking at. And I know there's a lot of questions about what's going on there. There's a lot of theories. A lot of people talk about a lot of things on this. I'm just going to show you the observations, and you guys can go, you know, do your research on that and decide what you want to believe. You know, there's so many. I can't go over all of them. It's crazy. And, you know, there's a lot of them that sound very, very legit. It's very, very possible stuff could be actually happening the way that they're talking. But what I do here is I'll show you the observation, and I'll tell you if it looks like it normally does or not. And when it doesn't look normal is when I'll show it to you. So there you go. You know, you're getting some, yeah. And that just, first off, this out here, this is not right. Okay, you see that? It's just kind of crazy, guys. I mean, it really shouldn't be doing all that. You know, now our bow shock here is just a line. It's the line where the solar wind meets our magnetic field. Okay? And it's not like thick. You're talking about here, you're talking about heat. Okay? So that why it's thick is because it's generated that because of the contrast between the solar wind and our magnetic field. It doesn't mean the bow shock itself is actually that thick. That's not what it is. Okay, and you can see how we tilt back up a little bit here. You know, we're kind of there to there. So Some blue Yoda? Guys, let me address that for a minute. I got a couple emails. I guess that little Yoda I had with my logo in the middle of it was scaring a couple people. They didn't like it. I guess it made them feel creepy, so I took it off of there. That's why. I don't know. They called it, one of them called it like a goblin or a troll or something. And I guess Yoda kind of does look like that, but I don't want to scare anybody. That's why I took it down. But I thought it was pretty cool. So this is the geoelectric field model, guys. This is our space weather's effect on our electrical grid. Not much going on there. Okay. Spaceweather.com. Sunspot alert. First thing it says, I guess. I didn't see that earlier. Here you go. Right there. They haven't given it a number yet, but I bet they will tomorrow. I bet you, yeah. Almost a guarantee. Okay? So if we look at our percentage here, we're now 13% increase in activity from last year. You compare that to the last sun cycle, which was only 2% increase. So we're ramping up faster. That matters. Okay? It matters because our magnetic field is weak, and it shows that we're going to start kicking up faster than what we normally do. And that's exactly what's going on. Now, this 53 number here is actually pretty high. Those are fireball reports. Those are actual reports of people seeing fireballs. So that's what you're looking at there. Hey, Isaiah's Granny, how you doing? That's a pretty high number, guys. Okay? You know, I've seen it up as high as over 100 before, but not very often. Usually this thing is hanging around like 25. Usually it's like more like 15, I think. But, yeah. Now, I want to point this out, too. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 asteroids passed us yesterday. That is crazy. Hey, Optics, what's up? What's up, Greenie? Christine, that's right. But I went through and I was looking at this and comparing and see if they were adding anything else like today. I didn't see much of anything, okay? So today they really didn't do a whole lot of that. They didn't see anything new. But, you know, we still got to pay attention to this. So, you know, what it does for us is it gives us an idea of how active things are. Because, let's face it, guys, if something is really, really big and it's coming right at us, and we don't know it till the day before, do you think they're actually going to tell us? They're not going to, guys. I think we all know that. Knowledge 2020 changes handle. Says returns. That's right. That's right. You're back, ain't you? Don't call it a comeback. You've been here for years. Anyway. Yeah, we got a meteor shower right now too, guys. I think, what is it, the Lurid? I can't remember. I'd have to go look. But, guys, this is the Atlas comet. One of them. There are multiple Atlas comets. Okay? And it's right here showing a close conjunction to Bellatrix. It's a blue star. That's why it's pretty impressive. This one actually, I think, we got it to an M3 in brightness, I think. You can't see it with your naked eye, but with a good pair of binoculars, I think you probably could. You know, obviously with a telescope, too. Hey, Barbara, what's up? Jeffy, what's up, man? How you doing, bud? Stephanie. Trish. Jeremiah. In the house. Okay, earthquakes. Wow, look at that. That thing just popped off in China. 4-3. First thing at first glance here, guys, let me say this right off the bat. I mean, we're getting like, yeah, these are, you know, when you see them kind of evenly spaced out like this, you can almost like just look at it and be like, yeah, the next one's going there. And it does. Menacing, you in here? I seen somebody say your name. There you are. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Okay. What I'm going to start doing, just so you guys know, after Menacing gave me that link to the Canadian site where we can look at the earthquakes that happened there, when I do my streams and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and overlay that and blend it in to see if I can get it to like line up, and then we can get a pretty good idea of really what's going on all over. I'll show it to you guys here in a minute. But what you're looking at here, guys, I got my settings at 2.5 and bigger. Okay? So this just happened over here. That's a significant one. Now, look here. I mean, yeah. We got to be paying attention over here on the West Coast right now. No doubt. And let me show you why. Watch this. I'm going to change it to all magnitudes. Look at that. That's just in today. That's it. And, you know, we're having little swarms here, too, in certain areas. But they seem to be following around where the volcanoes are, too. Obviously, we know about the San Andreas Fault. We know that. We know the Cascadia Subduction Zone. We know a lot of different fault lines and stuff. But I think Dutch was talking about that energy kind of, you know, traveling through the plate. You know, kind of like in a big wave. You know, I brought this, I sent this over, you know, when we seen this, I seen it yesterday, and I shot a screenshot over to Ron, when he was having problems with his audio with his computer. Because we had it was like 10 or 12 of them within like a half hour, just on the West Coast, Alaska, and Hawaii, and nowhere else. Just right there. So, we'll go 7 days, all magnitudes. Watch this. That's a week's worth of earthquakes right there. Okay, so let me back it out a little bit. Up here in Alaska, all the way down. Now, I do find it kind of interesting that the ones that we see in South America aren't as, they're not as big in number, but they're bigger in strength. I'm not sure if there's any truth to that. I could be like way off on that, I'm not sure. Hey, body and soul, good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing good. Hope you and your son and your husband are doing really good. But yeah, we have one here in Canada too. Let's see here. There's a 2.5. Let's go back to this. This is 1 day here in the United States. Okay, let me take that off of there. And we'll kind of see that, right? Now let's go look at Canada. And we could thank Menacing for this one, because I didn't know this even existed. Look what's going on here. Now this is the last 30 days. Okay? Now, you know, as you can see, there's nothing here in the middle. And the reason being is because, you know, you got the North American craton, and I think it stretches, that would be the middle of the plate of the craton itself. So it makes sense that we would see this energy around the edges. Okay? And that's kind of what we see. At least from what I can understand and what I've heard other people talk about. But you can definitely see, because, you know, I heard so many people saying, why did the earthquakes stop in Canada when it's going up the West Coast? Well, they never did. We just didn't have access to see them. You know, it makes you wonder why, you know, USGS doesn't plot those. So they must not have access to those seismographs. I don't know. Or have any kind of access to get data from there. But they always stop right there. You don't see any of them here either. But if we go over here, look at the number of them that you get over here. And I want to say something else too, guys. They had we had a windstorm over here, right? We had 100-mile-an-hour straight-line winds to the point where it was actually shaking the ground. It set the seismos off. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. That's some intense wind, man. Oh, you're up here, Menacing? Up to the north of that? You're north of that. Wow. You're up there pretty north, up there where it's really cold. So yeah, when we get, and I seen that report over Mike and Cindy at Evolutionary Energy Arts. They were showing that in their show tonight. You guys should go over and check them out. Mike and Cindy are, they're great people and they do a good job. So go check them out. Let's see here. So we got a bunch of them here, right? And I don't really have much else to say on any of this because it's basically following the Craton. And Dutch in his last video, I think he was kind of warning for the West Coast to be paying attention because of all this stuff that's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this capture here tomorrow, and I'll overlay it and try to make it the same size as this, so we can get a good idea of what's like a continuous line. So we can kind of get a good idea of what's going on. So I'm going to try. I'm going to make an attempt at that anyway. Alright, Track the Tropics. Guys, if you guys don't have this site in your favorites, you need to. This site is one of the best weather sites I have ever seen. There's no ads on here. They try to bring it to you with no ads. And there are so many links. Look at this. I mean, wow. My screen's blurry. Is anybody else seeing a blurry screen? Okay, yeah. It probably is. You got to change your resolution on your viewing. You can do that in the settings on YouTube. Sometimes you might have to drop down the resolution to get it to quit from being blurry, depending on what kind of connection you got or whatever. But yeah, guys, you guys really should, it's Track the Tropics is what this site is. Okay, Track the Tropics. That's all you got. I mean, here, I'll put it in the, it's in my description box. I'll put it down here, give you guys a link to it real quick. You guys should copy that, put it on your desktop, and check it out. So, I mean, really, you should. Because there's a lot of good stuff here. And, he keeps it up to date, too. So, here's just the latest infrared. Not really seeing a whole lot going on with this. I was looking at this earlier, trying to see if we could see any more hot spots. And I really didn't see a whole lot of activity on that. You can see a little down through here. But it ain't as active as it has been. I will say that. So yeah. Let me do this real quick. I just want to say thanks to you guys that's donated here. And J-Man, you're on here too, buddy. I just haven't had a chance to put you on there. Thank you guys for donating to the PayPal. I really appreciate it. Again, like I said, guys, I'm only going to mention it one time a video. I don't expect anybody to do this. I really don't. But I do appreciate it because this is actually coming at a good time for me. I don't drive the most updated cars. I'll drive them till they fall apart, man. And yesterday, I got a 2003 Mercury Grand Prix or Grand Marquis, and I got power windows, and 3 of them had quit working a while back, and my last one quit working yesterday. It was cracking me up, man. I had a bad day that day, man. It was giving me a hard time. So I'm trying to get, I'm going to go ahead and get that, get the window up, but my windows will be fixed. I won't be able to move them. So yeah, I'm glad you guys did this for me. It was great. I mean, I appreciate that because it's going to help me get to where I need to get. But I don't want to I'm not putting that out there for that reason. What I'm saying here, guys, is thank you. Okay? And if you guys, if you want to help, you can. If you want to donate, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I've had a lot of people ask me. And that's the only reason I even did that. I'll leave it there, but that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to, come on here and promote all that and do any of that kind of stuff. I'm not going to mention it 12 times a video. Just not going to do it, guys. It's not me. It's not what I do. I think you guys know that. So yeah. Let me do this real quick. Let's go down here. Okay. Let me put that little there again. Okay. You guys know what I'm getting ready to do, right? You know I'm going over here, so if you guys want to follow me, please do. Okay? This is Mark Pyers, for those that don't know. He will have you cracking up in like 2 seconds. I promise. It is so great. I mean, it's awesome. I go over here and I get I defrag over here. It's we laugh, we have a good time, and you guys know. I mean, you guys know how much I appreciate Mark. Anybody hasn't been over there, please come over. That's where I'm heading right now here in just a second. But there's his link. Okay. I'm going to put the link to my PayPal down there real quick too, if anybody else wants to donate there, you can. You know, I do appreciate it, guys. I really do. I didn't expect any of it, to be honest with you. It's just something new that I've never done that. I feel bad even doing it. And I don't know. Yeah. I just feel, yeah. So anyway, we're going to go over here and we're going to spend some time with Mark. You know, come over here and let's have a good time. Let's go talk in the chat. We'll kick it with each other.
How you doing? I'm so glad you're over here with us. Uh-oh, Wages is coming. Oh, there he is. There's my brother. Guys, hold on. We have to put our note up. Where's that note?
Oh, gosh. Here he goes, guys. See, watch.
I put I love
watch.
Wages note up the other day. Remember that? I think I tossed it out.
Here he is. He's getting ready to do it.
I try to clean up.
There's his channel. Here's a link to his channel, guys. If you haven't been over here, go over and give it a chance.
For some laughs.
Okay?
For some good times. Look, we're going to play something short and sweet. And then we'll get into maybe a song over here.
See? Come on, guys.
Awesome.
You're welcome, lady.
The fam is joining. It's going to be awesome. Let me play a little something here. In fact, let me play you a call-in. How about that?
So just trust me, guys, on this one. Come over here and let's hang out. If you don't like it, don't stay. You know? But I'm telling you, you will. I promise.
I don't know.
I promise. So I'm going to head over there, guys. You guys follow me, all right? God bless. Yahusha saves, and